I don't give a. I be bored responding, needing something to do. I done worked out 2 hours straight. The rest of my day is free. I'm on an all fruit damn detox. I don't give a. I'm bored.
She said, you ain't have a fight in recent times. You really not ready for this work. She said, it's natural. She don't have to.
Okay.
The gossip cycle is working overtime, and this latest chapter has all the makings of a headline-grabbing celebrity split. Online chatter has centered on Remy Ma appearing to realize far too late that her marriage to Papoose may be truly over. After months of rumors tied to her alleged involvement with one of Papoose's own protege, the mood has shifted dramatically now that Papoose seems to have moved on in public view. What once may have looked like a situation she could circle back to now appears far more serious, especially with Clarissa Shields firmly in the picture. And Clarissa is not being framed by fans as just another rebound. That is part of what has made this story feel so explosive. She is a decorated champion with her own name, power, money, and status, and that changes the optics completely. Some of the internet's read on the situation is that Remy may have assumed Papoose would always remain within reach, especially after years of unwavering loyalty. For so long, he was known as the husband who stood by her through everything, including prison, public scrutiny, and the kind of real-life hardship that most celebrity couples never survive. That history is exactly why this new development has shocked so many people. Papoose built a reputation as the ultimate ride or die partner, the man who held the relationship down no matter what came their way. Because of that, many believe Remy may have grown comfortable thinking his devotion was permanent. But according to the narrative that has taken over social media, that confidence may have backfired. Once cheating allegations entered the picture, many fans began to feel that Papoose had finally reached his limit and decided he was done for good. What has made the fallout sting even more, at least in the eyes of the public, is who he allegedly moved on with. Clarissa Shields is not being seen as a downgrade by any stretch. She is a world champion boxer, a crossover star, and a major force in women's sports. That matters in a breakup story like this because it removes the easy talking point that he traded down. If anything, fans are saying the opposite, and that comparison seems to be fueling even more tension around the situation. Remy, of course, is still a recognizable name with her own career and legacy, but the online conversation keeps circling back to the same point. This breakup was not painted as a love story simply fading out. See, it was framed as a collapse brought on by betrayal, bad choices, and a miscalculation about how much one person would keep tolerating. Now, with Papoose publicly linked to a woman many view as accomplished and unshakable, the emotional stakes of this drama seem even higher.
I don't give a this stops doing the business. If I found out you was in the help, that could really ruin your image. We're talking to Rock and Michelle, Happen Real. It's us. They're the poster child symbol for black love. Every interview, he showing admiration and tell the world I ain't think this woman the greatest. That nigga held you down and picked it for 6 years.
If the internet is to be believed, the moment everything truly broke apart came when tensions between Papoose and battle rapper Easy, the block captain, reportedly turned physical. That incident became one of the most repeated talking points in the entire saga, with fans treating it as the instant Papoose mentally checked out of the marriage. Even while public denials reportedly continued for months, many people believe he had already decided to move on long before the rest of the world caught up. What made his next step especially notable was how restrained he seemed at first. He was not out doing interviews trashing Remy or trying to publicly shame her. That quiet approach gave him an air of control, which only made the later social media eruption feel even more dramatic. Once he was linked more openly to Claressa Shields, the mood online changed fast and attention turned to whether Remy was reacting not just to the breakup itself, but to seeing him genuinely happy with someone new. The timing of the online fallout only intensified the conversation. Fans began accusing Remy of choosing a very strategic moment to speak out, especially as Claressa was entering a major career spotlight with a high profile biopic rollout. Instead of a messy breakup staying private, the drama spilled onto social media with leaked messages, accusations, and emotional posts suddenly becoming part of the public spectacle. That shift turned a relationship breakdown into something that looked to many observers like a full-blown celebrity media war. Much of the back and forth centered on screenshots and claims about who knew what when the relationship began and whether Claressa had unknowingly stepped into unfinished marital business. In those alleged exchanges, emotions appeared to run high, with Claressa portrayed as someone demanding clearer communication and more consistency from Papoose. Remy then reportedly used those same messages to mock the relationship, suggesting Claressa was asking for the bare minimum while being sold a very different reality behind the scenes. From there, the accusations escalated in every direction. Remy allegedly suggested that Papoose was far from innocent. Claressa allegedly accused Remy of faking messages, and Papoose eventually broke his silence to defend himself and his new relationship. His response, as it was circulated online, painted Remy as someone upset that he had finally moved on after repeated cheating. He also reportedly denied several of her claims outright and insisted he had tried to end things privately and maturely. Remy, however, did not back down. She answered with her own version of events, accusing him of lying, manipulating public perception, and hiding behind the polished black love image the couple had built over the years. She also made much more serious allegations about control, sabotage, and even physical confrontation, claims that added a darker layer to a situation already drowning in public hostility. Whether fans believed her or not, the result was the same. The story got far messier, far louder, and far more personal. The drama widened even more when Remy suggested that Claressa was not some stranger who simply entered the picture later, but someone who had once been friendly with her. So screenshots allegedly showing Claressa sending holiday greetings and asking for advice were circulated to support that version of the story. That angle made the fallout feel even more like betrayal in the eyes of fans because it introduced the idea that this was not just a new romance, but a relationship formed amid blurred personal boundaries. Claressa eventually fired back in her own sharp style, reportedly calling the public behavior embarrassing and immature. Remy answered with digs about age, appearance, gifts, and loyalty, while Claressa pushed back against being bullied and even floated the idea of settling things physically. That challenge drew major attention for obvious reasons, but it also underlines something important about the entire spectacle. Whatever may be true behind the scenes, then this had become a public power struggle, with pride, image, and ego all colliding in real time. As if that were not enough, another claim soon entered the mix when Claressa allegedly suggested that Remy had been sending provocative photos to Papoose in an effort to get his attention back. That accusation, whether proven or not, poured gasoline on an already raging fire. By then, fans were no longer just watching a breakup. They were watching a celebrity triangle unravel through posts, leaked messages, denials, and emotional counterattacks, with each side trying to control the narrative before the next headline hit.
Yeah, that's why I said I love him. I love having his support. You know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There we go. We deserve each other. But I don't know, it's kind of one of those things I was like, I want to keep him all to myself.
And just when it seemed the dust might finally settle, the rumor mill delivered yet another twist. Word began circulating that Papoose could be preparing to propose to Clarissa Shields, a move that would signal he is not just dating again, but fully embracing a new future. For anyone still holding out hope that this breakup was temporary, that kind of speculation sends an unmistakable message. If true, it suggests he has not given up on love at all and may already be looking toward a permanent next chapter. That possibility is exactly why the tension around Remy's role in the story continues to draw so much attention. The online narrative now paints her as someone unwilling to let the relationship go quietly, with claims that she has allegedly tried multiple ways to pull him back in. From emotional pressure to suggestive photos, every new accusation has added to the perception that the past is still fighting hard against the present. Whether that picture is fair or exaggerated, it is clearly the version of events dominating the gossip conversation right now. Clarissa, meanwhile, is being portrayed as anything but intimidated. The image surrounding her is that of a woman fully prepared to protect her relationship and stand firm in the face of drama. That attitude has become part of her appeal in this story. Fans do not see her as someone likely to be pushed out or rattled by a bitter public feud. Instead, she is being framed as confident, successful, and more than ready to shut down anything that threatens what she and Papoose are building. At this point, the entire situation feels less like a breakup update and more like an ongoing entertainment saga with no clean ending in sight. Between cheating rumors, leaked conversations, public denials, and whispers of an engagement, every development seems to raise the stakes instead of lowering them. If the latest talk is any indication, this story is far from finished, and the next round of headlines may be even bigger than the last.